A browser is a feature that executes our test script, but we do not see the execution. There is more than one way to minimize our browser. So by the end of this session, you will learn how to minimize a browser using the minimize method, the SetPosition method, and the robot class. The minimize method is a built-in feature from Selenium. Our AUT will be this bootstrap alert messages page from LambdaTest. The test script will click the normal success message button, then verify the message. Normal success message. To close, use the close button. We should not see the execution. Let me copy this URL, then go to the IDE. To create our class in the IDE, we right-click the JUnit 5 test package, new Java class. Name is minimize browser test. We begin by writing WebDriver. We also must import WebDriver. Next is the before each annotation, which will execute before each test method. Public void setup. Now we also write driver equals new Chrome driver, because that is the browser we will execute on, which is Chrome. After that point, we're going to load the AUT with driver.get. Now that we have loaded the AUT, we can begin our first test, which is public void. Let's name this test minimize using built-in feature. Bingo. Okay, now minimize is the opposite of maximize. If I place a breakpoint at the load page statement, then debug, we will see the browser window open up. Bingo. Okay, in the right corner, the square, maximize the window, and the horizontal line, minimize the window. I'm gonna also close the window. I just want to show you that part with the run window, how it shows the minimize and maximize. And those are the two features that we see if I write driver.manage. And we are managing the window. And when I write .m, we see maximize and minimize. That's why I wanted to debug to show you these two features in IntelliSense, because we're managing the window with minimize and maximize. That's how we can manage the window if we decide to use that option. We're going to use minimize. Next is to click the button. And we click the button first by going back to the application under test and inspect the normal success message button. And we see it has a button tag name, and it also has a text of normal success. So to find this element, let's write 2 forward slashes, button, square brackets, text, open and closing parentheses, equals 2 single quotes. And within those single quotes, we're going to paste the message, and it shows 1 of 1. Let me copy that value. Now for the IDE, we find the element by writing driver.findElement by XPath and paste the XPath message. And the action is to click. Now we are finished clicking the button. Last is the inspection of the application, which is to get the string, which is an actual message, is the actual message. So let's find this value in the DOM. We see there is a div tag, and it also has the message. So I'm going to replace button with div and replace the text with the message we just copied. And it shows 1 of 1. Found it. Now going back to the IDE, I'm going to write equals driver.findElement. How do we find it? By XPath, and paste in the message. And we get the text. Bingo. Now we have clicked the button and we have gotten or received the message from the application, the text. Now we verify the message by writing assertion.assertTrue. And since the actual message is long, I'm going to verify it contains normal success. Bingo. Now, we can also print the title. Driver.getTitle. Okay, now let's run. It executed so fast that I could not see it minimize. So it passed. It minimized, but I could not see it. So let's add a wait statement, a hard sleep statement, so we can see it actually minimize. Private void hard wait. And I'm going to add a try catch statement. Thread.sleep for 1 second. Going to catch the interrupted exception. Print statement going to say sleep statement. Now at this point, let's call the hard wait statement before the minimize line and after the minimize line statement. And let's execute one more time. The window popped up, it minimized, and the run window was still processing the test script before and after. And we also see the print statement. Okay, so that's how we use the Selenium built-in minimize method. Next is the set position. In the IDE, I'm going to copy and paste the previous test script. But change the name from minimize using built-in feature to minimize using set position. Remove the minimize statement, and between the hard wait statements, I'm going to write driver.manage again, and we're managing the window by setting the position. The test script would manage the window by setting the position to a new point. And the points are the X and Y coordinates. The X coordinate will be -2000. the y-coordinate will be 0. Now, let's execute. Here's the window. It minimized and it's still executing and it passed. And we also see the print statement, which shows the title. Okay, so after the set position is the robot class. Let me go back to the IDE. And in the IDE, I will also copy and paste the method and change the name from minimize using built-in feature to minimize using robot class. Bingo. And to manually minimize all applications, we use the Windows key plus the letter D. Therefore, we will execute the same command using the robot class. Start by writing robot equals new robot. Now, let's add the exception to the method signature, which is throws AWT exception. We press the key, which is a key event. Bingo. VK Windows. That's us pressing the Windows key. Next is to press the letter D. And we press the letter D by writing key event VK underscore D. Bingo. These two commands press the Windows key and the letter D. Next, we must release the Windows key and the letter D. So let me just copy and paste these two statements and change pressing the key to releasing the Windows key and also releasing the letter D. And that's all we need. Now, let's run. It's processing. It loads the application. It minimizes the application. And we see that it passed. And the title is displayed in the application. As expected, the test execution was minimized and the page showed the title. The console showed the title. Those are the three ways to minimize our test script. We can use the built-in Selenium feature using the minimize method, the set position, and the robot class. Next, we will focus on tagging and filtering in JUnit 5. If you would like to learn more, then make sure to follow the blogs at www.lambdatest.com/blog and community.lambdatest.com. In addition to the blogs, you can earn a certification at www.lambdatest.com/certifications. Get educated, get recognized.